how to make a rainbow in a glass. Hello, I'm Nicole, and I'm going to show you how to make your very own rainbow in a cup. All you have to do is follow these simple steps and have the following ingredients: corn syrup, table syrup, dish detergent, water, extra virgin olive oil, food coloring, as well as a glass. Got them? Great. This experiment is used to show something called density. Density is the degree of compactness of a substance. It's commonly measured in grams per milliliter. Let's get started. So first we're going to add the corn syrup, considering it has the heaviest density. We want to add just enough so it's visible in the cup. We then added Aunt Jemima's maple syrup. We dyed it blue so it's easier to distinguish between the corn syrup. The next layer is the third densest, which is dish soap that we dyed red. We skipped water in this video, but you would pour water and then oil. The oil went throughout all layers, which you can see, but it floated back to where the density is laid. Now for the fun part. As shown in the demonstration, the densities determined where the liquids would lie in the cup. But what would happen if we stirred it all up? Let's find out. All you're going to need is something to stir with. Now, let's get stirring and see what happens. Did your liquids move? Ours didn't. We were right. They always went back into their place because of the density. Density is determined by the mass of a material and its mass per unit volume. The density of a liquid is determined by how many molecules of a substance can fit into a set volume. The formula for density is density equals mass over volume. Knowing the density of a liquid serves many purposes and provides information for making decisions. One of the most common uses of density is how different materials interact when mixed together. You see, wood floats in water because it has a lower density, whereas an anchor would sink because the metal has a higher density. Helium balloons float because the density of the helium is lower than the density of the air. Understanding what density is and how it affects density and how density affects other physical properties is important in using and translating this information into an everyday useful tool. Density helps us better understand how to transport fluids, moving fluids from point A to point B. Knowing the volume and the density helps determine the best way of transporting those fluids. Density also helps set petroleum prices. The density is used in petroleum production to give an estimation of the gasoline or costs around present, thereby helping determine the price of gasoline. It's not always easy to understand how density may apply to a given circumstance, but hopefully throughout this video you have seen that density plays a very important role in many of our industrial and production processes, as well as our everyday life and everything we do. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Density is in everything. Everything is made up by matter. That's why it's important to know about density.